Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. All right, let's jump straight in. Oscar Valdez defends Ryan Garcia. Body shots paralyze you. It is what it is now, right? I mean, a lot of people are speculating, could he have got up? Should he have gone up? Look, the only person that knows if he could have continued and should have continued is Ryan Garcia. That's it. I mean, we've seen some people get up from body shots. We've seen some people stay down from body shots. It's just all speculation. I've spoken to fighters that have said, nope, it paralyzes you and you can't get up. I've spoken to fighters that said he should have got up. So even fighters are saying it. I've seen people like Regis Prograis, I think, did a video saying something along the lines of, like, people that have not boxed should shut up, basically. They don't know what they're talking about. You can't get up from those body shots. They paralyze you. Well, boxers have said he should have got up. So again, it's just all speculation. The only thing that really should matter is that we got to see a really big fight in a sold-out T-Mobile Arena. We are led to believe the pay-per-view numbers were crazy, and that's all we want to see. As fans, that's all we should care about. The best fighting the best, and focus on that rather than did he quit? Should he have got up? Could he have got up? Will he get up? Mentally, where is he? He seems to be in a good space. He seems to be talking about fighting again very, very soon. So yeah, I guess the one talking point is, did he go into that fight with a cracked rib? Because that's what we're kind of led to believe. If so, if your rib's cracked and you get hit by Gervonta and your arm stretching out, then it's going to kill you. But again, some have said he should have got up. Some have said he shouldn't. We have seen fighters get up before. We've seen fighters stay down before. It's just all speculation. Max Holloway wants a big fight with Gervonta Davis. He's following Mayweather recipe. For those of you that don't know Max Holloway, one of the best, if not the best, 145-pound fighter that we've ever seen in MMA, currently fights in the UFC. It's funny because if Max had said this maybe a couple of years ago when Max's stock was like right here, right there, like pound for pound, top 4, top 5, there might have been a bit of noise about this. Like, okay, well, interesting, let's get this crossover fight going. Max right now, who's on a bit of a slide. I know he won his last fight, but he's on a bit of a slide. This isn't gonna create any noise whatsoever. Like, I like Max. Max is considered to have one of the best hands in MMA, but Gervonta Davis would sleep him quick. Like, the idea of these MMA guys thinking they can cross over and fight boxers, not just fight boxers, fight the best of the best and somehow compete. It's crazy. It reminds me of when Kamaru Usman was calling out Canelo. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing? I get it, you want the money, but let's be realistic here. And we don't even really see these. As much as people talk about MMA fighters fighting boxers in the ring, we rarely see these. I mean, Conor McGregor, Floyd was just a one-off, wasn't it, really? Even Francis Ngannou's struggling to find a fight. There's talks about Francis Ngannou going to ONE FC, which is another MMA organization. So it rarely happens, and it certainly ain't going to happen with Max Holloway against Gervonta Davis. Cruz Dezern. Savannah Marshall was weight bully at 160. She'll feel the difference at 168. I mean, Savannah still looks very big. I saw them both yesterday at... Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I saw them both yesterday at Talk Sport. Savannah looks as big, if not bigger, than Franchon. So I don't know if 168 is going to be a problem for Savannah at all. I mean, I think Savannah could go 175 if there's anyone up there. It's going to be a good fight between these two. I mean, I was lucky enough to see Cruz Dezern at Madison Square Garden. She was the co-main event, I believe, for Katie Taylor-Serrano, and she can fight. Like, boxing ability-wise, still a bit raw for me, but she can just bite down on that gum shield and fight. I think Savannah beat her in the amateurs. Cruz Dezern lost very early in her career, or Clarissa's career, to Clarissa. So there's a little triangular thing going on there. But yeah, I like the fight. It's a good fight. Obviously, it's co-main event, I believe, for Liam Smith Eubank. It's a decent co-main. Teofimo Lopez rails against ESPN commentators, accused Top Rank of preferring black fighters. How silly is that? Like, just how silly is that? Like, these promoters and broadcasters don't care about your color. They care about that. I mean, you could be from Mars. As long as you bring in that, you're their guy. That's what it is. Teofimo, he just seems to be in a weird space. Like, mentally, I don't know where he is. I really don't. Obviously, look, he's got this big fight coming up with Josh Taylor, and maybe he thinks that it's not been given the right promo. But I just think Teofimo, since that Loma win, has been I don't know. It's been in a weird space. I really do. You've got to take your wins and losses the same. I don't like the way he took the Loma win, and I certainly don't like the way he handled the George Kambosos loss. I think his dad is a bad influence, at least in the corner. I don't know about his personal life with his dad. They could be great. I'm not talking about that. Just from a boxing perspective, like, I listen to the way his dad talks. I'm like, get him away from Teofimo. Like, that's what I think. So I don't know if his dad's a problem. But look, as for Teofimo saying things like sort of the commentators are biased. I mean, look, Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward are two of the best out there. And I was listening to the fight that he's referring to, and I think it's fair commentary. I don't know what he's referring to. And this is the problem sometimes with boxers. Boxers can be quite they take things very personal. I've noticed, obviously, look, it's my scene right now. And, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult to go against them. Like, sometimes you just got to be honest and say what you see. And I actually think Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley are two of the most honest out there. Nothing to do with colour. What are we talking about? Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I just think Teofimo needs to focus on the big fight he's got coming up against Josh Taylor, and get your headspace correct. Because right now it doesn't seem to be in a good space at all. He's spoken about, oh, this is my last fight on ESPN, and basically, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. Just concentrate on the biggest fight you've got coming up. And he's got a massive fight coming up. Like, this is arguably as big, if not bigger, than the Loma fight. It's certainly bigger than the Kambosos fight. I mean, you beat Josh Taylor, you're number one at 140 pounds. So just concentrate on that rather than talking about, oh, they prefer black fighters and this and that. It's just absolute nonsense. I still wonder where he is. Remember his last fight against Sandor Martin, where he's on the ropes and he's questioning whether he still got it or not. You know, the thing is as well, I love Teofimo Lopez. Like, I think he's got everything. I still think he needs to work on defense, because he seems to be getting hit a lot nowadays. But he's a good character. He's energetic. He's bubbly. In the ring, he's exciting. But recently, outside the ring, boy, honestly, I don't know what's going on. But hopefully, he can put his head down and just concentrate on what he's got in front of him. Again, back to the racist thing. I think someone else accused, but it might have been Terence. I don't want to put words in, I don't want to accuse anyone of saying things they didn't say, but I think Terence said that. In my eyes, for me, it always will be, look, I genuinely believe this. Promoters do not care what color you are. They don't. If you can sell for them, that's all they care about. They're all in it for money. So that's all they care about. If you can sell, then you're fine. That's it. I think it was someone accusing Oscar and Golden Boy of only, it might have been Wilder or someone accusing Golden Boy of only promoting sort of Hispanic fighters. And look, to be fair, look at the roster that Golden Boy has, and there's some truth to that. But trust me, if Oscar finds a black guy that can sell, then he's all on that guy. He's all on that guy, I think. Hopkins, Ryan Garcia's defense needs to be tighter. He can still achieve greatness. Yeah, he can still get there. One defeat means nothing. Like, I mean, obviously this that all the fighters want to protect, it means nothing. As long as that defeats to someone in and around you, there's not a problem. It's when you get smashed by someone that people expect you to beat, then okay, there might be question marks. But yeah, look, Ryan Garcia needs to tighten his defense. He needs to be less predictable with his punches. I'm not a boxer. I don't claim to be a boxer, but even I was thinking, Gervonta's going to read that. I'm reading it from way up here. I can see it. Gervonta's going to read it. But yeah, let's see what he can do, Ryan. I think there's going to be a massive team change. Massive. I think Goossen's gone. I don't know the contract he has with Oscar De La Hoya, but I think there's going to be a lot of things changing in Team Ryan. And he's only 23, so he's at an age where you can make those changes quick. And then we'll see. WBC Prez shakes his head at scoring of second round in Tank Garcia. It made no sense. Like, that's just a 10-8 round. Didn't one of them score it 10-10? 10-10. I think someone, I could be wrong here, but I think someone had it 10-9 Garcia. I'm pretty sure. How are you scoring that 10-10? Honestly, I don't know. I boxing. Chris Eubank Jr. I have to go out there and perform. My career is on the line. Yeah. I saw his back and forth with Simon Jordan yesterday, where Simon Jordan digged him and said you've not beaten anyone at world level. And I mean, it depends really, like what is classed as world level. Like, is world level top 10, top 15 in your weight class? I'm not quite sure, but I do think like he's had a couple of really good wins, Chris. The James DeGale one, like, people like to dig it, saying, "Oh, James DeGale was done," and blah blah blah, and yeah, maybe so. But then I think Callum Smith gets the win and credit for George Groves. George Groves was done, coming off shoulder surgery. Quite, again, very similar to where James was. Like, that was George's last fight, but Callum Smith gets a lot of plaudits for bashing up George. I think Chris should get those plaudits for bashing up James. I thought the Arthur Abraham win was good. I thought the Avni Yildirim win at the time, obviously it doesn't look good now because Yildirim's just not that guy. But at the time, I think Yildirim was unbeaten and he went into Yildirim's backyard. I think that was a good win as well. So he's had some good ones. Obviously the big ones, unfortunately for him, he's lost out on Liam Smith, Billy Joe, George Groves. But it is what it is. But don't take away, like, people make it sound like boxing's easy. Like, when Simon says those things, like, boxing's easy. Like, for Chris, who had barely any amateur experience, and the pressures of fighting under his dad's name, like, he's done well. Chris has done so well with his career. If you expected, and I admit at the beginning I did expect him to go on because his dad was talking about, oh, he's fucking Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather like combined. I was like, oh my God, he's going to go over and take over the world. At the early stages, I did expect him to do big things. But then I just kind of just saw him for what he was. He's a good boxer, great salesman, good boxer. But I don't think it's right to dig him too much about his career. What's this one? De La Hoya on Tank Garcia pay-per-view numbers. Give fans what they want to see. They will tune in. You know what's crazy? I saw Ryan Garcia's put up a tweet, or an Instagram post, and tweet actually. And he was like, yeah, great numbers. And then it said, per source, Ade Oladipo. I was like, me? I'm not the fucking source. Leave me out of it. I've got those numbers from someone else. It's crazy. Like, people using me as the source. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not the source. But look, if those numbers are correct, then it's fantastic for everyone, isn't it? It's fantastic for boxers. Zelfa Barrett's manager. We've been told Cordina is next. I spoke to Cordina on Monday, and he wants a unification next. It's a shame that you can't just go straight into unification. I like Zelfa Barrett, and I think the plan was always Zelfa Barrett Cordina, but after that win, if you're Cordina, don't you just want to go for one of the big ones, one of the fellow world champions, Navarrete, Foster, who is the other one, Garcia? Go for them. If not, then Zelfa Barrett makes sense, easy fight to make. But surely you want to start trying to clean up the belts. Surely. Maya, Baumgartner doesn't want a rematch. She can stay behind at 130. I've got my own plans. I think they've got to go big and make Baumgartner Serrano. I don't know what they're waiting for. I think they've got to go big. Do it. Now that Taylor's fighting Cameron, I think they've got to go big. Make it. Imagine that at one. And that's fair for Serrano. Serrano's a 126 fighter. Baumgartner's 130. That's fair. What a fight that would be, by the way. Fucking hell. What if two girls that can bang like that? And then, if it somehow works where the winners fight each other, I know that's at 140 and this is at 130, but then, you do the in-between, 135. That's two fantastic semi-finals. Look at that. Chantel Cameron, Katie Taylor, Serrano, Baumgartner. Like, whatever it plays out. I know some people say, what about a Baumgartner and Cameron win? Then find 135. That's how you should do it. What else have we got? Okay. Oh no, we've caught up. I think that is it. All right, girls, guys, peace and love.